This is exactly what the Dallas Mavericks need. With Kyrie Irving out until at least January of next year, recovering from his ACL surgery, the Dallas Mavericks will be desperate at the point guard position, trying to find someone to provide an extra bit of scoring as well as facilitating on offense, and a little bit extra defense wouldn't hurt as well, and as we all know, defense wins championships. And of course, we already have a few players in mind with Najee Marshall, Brandon Williams, Jaden Hardy, and although we do have Dante Exum and Spencer Dinwiddie, those two are on expiring contracts this summer, so who knows if they actually come back. But one player whose name seems to be floating around as he impressed the entire league this year by taking another step in his game is Coby White, only 25 years old on the Chicago Bulls, who averaged about 20 points per game as well as 4 assists, is a player that a lot of Dallas Mavericks fans would love to have on this roster. So in this video, we're going to go over how well was Coby White this season, is he a realistic target for the Mavericks, as well as an article that was released earlier today detailing the importance of retaining Kyrie Irving. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,374 subscribers. Just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. And although it is the off-season, it's not my off-season, I'm still going to be providing you guys with Mavericks content daily, semi-daily, whenever I feel like it. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But the Dallas Mavericks without Kyrie Irving will be kind of lopsided. We've got a lot of bigs. We have a lot of size. We've got Anthony Davis. We got Derrick Lively. We got Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington. I guess you could throw Omax and Dwight Powell in there as well. And there is still Kai Jones at the time. We don't know if he's coming back, but that is still a possibility. And with Kyrie Irving being out, we are desperate at the guard position, specifically point guards. Yes, we have Najee Marshall, who has shown us this entire past season that he really is living up to his name as the knife, the Swiss Army knife, able to defend, bring the ball down, score, be a spot-up shooter, attack the basket, that trusty floater that I trust with my life. Najee Marshall will be one of the most important role players for the foreseeable future for the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, we have Brandon Williams, who we did give a 2-year non-guaranteed contract. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt down the road, but Brandon Williams will be expected to step up in this upcoming season with Kyrie Irving being out. And of course, you also have Jaden Hardy. You've got a few other players that you could throw in there as well, but who knows if they're going to be back, specifically Dante Exum and Spencer Dinwiddie. But a post was posted out on Twitter earlier today asking who do you think the Dallas Mavericks should draft with their draft pick this upcoming draft, and where do you think that we're going to fall? Well, the Bulls lead responded to that tweet saying it won't matter because they could and should trade the pick. The Bulls should be on the phone right now if they haven't already offering Coby. He is exactly what the team needs as a push to win now. Not a bad pairing with Kyrie when he gets healthy. And it really got me thinking at first, no, I don't want to trade my first round draft picks. We don't have that many. We seem to love to just trade away our first round draft picks. When we sent away a couple for PJ, I was like, okay, that's fine. We're trying to win now. We still have a couple others. But then when we kept trading away more first round draft picks, and now that we are in the situation that we're currently in, we should definitely try to keep our draft capital. But it did get me thinking, is Coby White exactly what the Dallas Mavericks need? If we take a look at his stats for the season, for this season, Coby White averaged 20.4 points, 3.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 0.2 blocks, 0.9 steals, 2.4 turnovers, and 2.1 fouls per game, while shooting 45% from the floor and 37% from 3. He's 6'5", a lot taller than I thought he was, and he's only 25 years old. So in a perfect world where somehow we land Coby White without having to give up too much, we get someone who can average 20 points per game, 4.5 assists. He's shooting 37% from 3, 45% from the floor. He's able to shoot the ball well, attack the basket, he shoots his free throws, things that you definitely want from a point guard, especially someone young like Coby White. Like I said, only 25 years old, and he's definitely stepped up this year alongside Josh Giddey over in Chicago. So maybe Chicago doesn't want to give up Coby White or Josh Giddey. Maybe they realize they've got a little guard pairing that could definitely help them in the future. Or maybe they do feel like we only need one of them. Either it's Josh Giddey, who also took a leap this year. So maybe we do dangle Coby White out there in the trade market, try to see what we can get. And if the Dallas Mavericks were to get a very high draft pick, that is an avenue that we could definitely explore. If we were to get a top 5 pick and we traded that for Coby White, Again, I'd be upset because I personally don't want to see us trade away any more first round draft picks. I'd love to see us use, especially if that draft pick is a top 5 pick, I'd love to try and get somebody that we can add to this roster long term instead of just trading away long term investments for short term gains that aren't even realized. Like, yes, we have Anthony Davis, but who knows how long that can last. Yes, we could trade our first round pick this upcoming draft for Coby White if the Bulls take it, but how long is that going to last? I'd much rather trust some rookie point guard that we get in this draft, which is a really deep draft. We could easily get a good player at the 10th at the 10th pick, the 11th pick, the 5th pick. We have a lot of good options. And if we do get a young rookie point guard, that could be something that we hold close to our chest for the upcoming years, especially in that 2-year drought where we don't have any first round picks. You may want to look at those players that you have now and the young player that we may draft in the next year, because we do have our first round pick next year, to try to hold it down for that little drought until things kind of somewhat come back to normal. But it is all dependent on Kyrie Irving, who is the most important player on this entire roster. We just went from Luka being the cornerstone, and in a weird way, it's now Kyrie Irving, who isn't that young. He just turned 33 actually. He is our point guard, who may not be the most facilitating point guard. He's a little bit of a combo guard. He's a shorter guard, but still is important to this roster. And in an article that came out earlier today, highlights that Nico Harrison's blueprint for perfect Mavericks summer starts with one obvious move. The article continues by saying, re-signing Irving is the one move Harrison can't afford to botch. All signs are pointing to the Mavs signing Irving to a massive 3-year deal, and due to Dallas' situation without Doncic, he has all the leverage. Dallas can't afford to lose another star player, and even after tearing his ACL last season, it seems like Irving will be able to virtually name his price, and the Mavs will be forced to take it. Harrison traded for Davis to pair him with Irving, and them only getting to play 3 quarters together before being split up would throw a major wrench into his vision. So with this, yes, we spoke about this a few days ago, how Kyrie Irving really has all the leverage in the world when it comes to this upcoming summer in his contract. But realistically, even though he tore his ACL, it will be hard for him to find anything remotely close to what we can offer in the open market. And if we do offer a 3-year deal, whether that's a 3-year deal straight up or a 2-in-1 deal, it'll line up with Anthony Davis, which will help us down the road. So, of course, re-signing Kyrie Irving is paramount, is very, very much important. And the article does continue saying, losing Irving in free agency would be a catastrophe, and the Mavericks have to do whatever they can to make sure that he remains in Dallas. All signs are pointing to this happening, as Harrison has tremendous admiration for Irving, and Irving seems to genuinely enjoy living in Dallas and playing for the Mavericks. But just as we saw this season with the Doncic trade, anything can happen in the NBA at the most unexpected times. The most important piece here is the relationship between Nico Harrison and Kyrie Irving. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of how I may feel about Nico being here, we ultimately have to keep him here for the foreseeable future to keep the team together. Yes, we made trades. Yes, players have come and gone at a very rapid rate over the last several years. It almost feels like we have a turnstile for players to just come and go. I mean, last season we traded away Tim Hardaway for Quentin Grimes, and not even a year later we traded him away for Caleb Martin, which is okay. I guess Quentin Grimes will get paid over there in Philly, and we'll have a defensive monster in Caleb Martin, which I am fine with, by the way. But keeping guys together, keeping the core of this team intact for the long term is important. And if Nico Harrison can keep that together by just being here, then sure, we'll keep Nico Harrison to keep Kyrie, to keep AD, to keep Clay for the next 2 seasons until he ultimately retires, because he will be 38, is what's most important. But also, nothing is guaranteed when it comes to the NBA offseason and free agency. And Harrison must make sure that the first move he makes this offseason is signing Irving to a 3-year deal as soon as he can. Knocking this move out first would allow Harrison to strategically build the roster around Irving and Davis, and it would destroy any uncertainty around Irving not returning. So yes, getting Kyrie Irving to return is very important. Building around Kyrie and AD is also important. Making sure we have the money and the picks for that, as well as any trade assets, is also important. So yes, we got to keep guys together this upcoming offseason. I don't know what free agency is going to look like for us, but we got to do the best that we can. This move would be the first domino to fall this summer, and time will tell how much he values Irving's future in Dallas when free agency begins on June 30th. He made it clear that he fully expects Irving to sign with the Mavericks during the end-of-season press conference last week, and Irving, sharing a similar mindset, would allow Dallas to build the best possible roster to try to chase a title. Saying, Kyrie is a big part of what our future is, Harrison said last week. That's not going to change whether he opts in or opts out. This is the exact move that Harrison needs to earn some respect among fans, players, and figures around the league, as it would show his loyalty to Irving even when he is coming off an ACL tear at 33 years old. Irving's impact on the game stretches far beyond the hardwood in Dallas, as his leadership in the locker room has been a game changer for his entire tenure, and he is also someone who can help recruit free agents to sign with the Mavs in the future. And that's the most important part. That last part there is being able to help recruit free agents. I mean, we saw Kyrie go with Nico to convince Clay to come here. Now, yes, Clay left money over in LA. He could have been with Luka and LeBron by now, but regardless, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis can help attract free agents regardless of how bad things look like at the trade deadline. But making sure that we keep this core together is the most important thing. We got to build for the future. We got to build for right now and also the future. There's a lot of things that the Dallas Mavericks have to do to stay competitive. We finished this season as the 10th seed. We lost in the second round of the play-in tournament. Next season, it has to be better. Guys got to be healthy. Guys got to be ready. Whenever Kyrie Irving does return, hopefully we're in a good spot where we can just slide him on in and things feel good. Hopefully we're not in a situation where we desperately need Kyrie and we just can't win games without him. But this offseason will be kind of tricky. If you take a look at all the point guards available that will be unrestricted free agents, not a lot of good names. If you want to pause to read them, there's Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Patty Mills, DeLon Wright, Gary Payton II, and the list continues. Not many big names that you definitely want to go out and chase for that point guard position. So maybe we do make a trade. Maybe it is Coby White. Maybe he is someone that we will trade on draft night if we don't really get that good of a first round draft pick. And although I'd argue, like I said earlier, any pick in the top 14 will be good for the Dallas Mavericks. We are projected to be the 11th pick. We could move up, we could move down, but that is to be seen. I like Coby White. I think he would add another layer to this Dallas Mavericks team, but he may be a little bit too good for what we need, as once when Kyrie comes back, Coby White would essentially be taking a back seat. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Coby White is exactly what we need? Or do you think there's another guard out there that could fit the bill? Maybe it's someone that we already have like Brandon Williams. Or maybe you truly believe in Spencer Dinwiddie. Let me know in the comment section. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. Only way to enter our giveaways is to become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.